Live from New York, it's Saturday night! No.
Welcome to episode 70. This show brought to you by Tom Blanchard's shirt.
On me, apparently.
No, you should have saw Tom's shirts. He wears some wild ones.
It was loud.
It was loud. In fact, it's got its own fan page now. So, anyway, I'm excited for episode 70. We finally made it out of the 60s. It seemed like forever.
Hey, you know, as soon as we did, it snowed.
Wow.
I had to come up with something. This last week in Vegas, it snowed a lot, and people.
They're like, what's going on with these Vegas people? They don't know nothing.
That's crazy.
I like the ones that were taking pictures of the snow, and there really was no snow on their
Right.
yard, so it was good. So interesting week though. This week we had my first board meeting back as president-elect. That was
President-elect of Las Vegas Realtors. So,
yeah, a lot of fun.
So I know you guys can't talk about what happens in the board meeting, but it was the first time that you participated in their completely virtual meeting. What did you think?
So I can tell you this: it was 6.5 hours long.
6.5 hours. Wow.
But there was some other trainings and stuff that
Sure.
went through, so it was good though. It was a great meeting. There is a part that's open to the general membership that was there. There was a MLS motion that came up. That was talked about pretty heavy, and that was open to the open forum, so
Yeah.
everyone could have saw that. It was kind of a neat process.
So they had an open forum for members to come and ask any questions they wanted, and how did that go?
No questions.
Really?
So it must mean we're doing a good job.
Well, most people out there, they should know there's no open forum.
It was good though. So we moved through that process. So month one down.
Wow.
Only 11 more meetings to go.
So did you get to run the motions as president-elect, or did they change that, or how did you guys do it?
No, Aldo ran them. Most of them were approved on the consent agenda.
Yeah.
So it was pretty good.
You know, my year as state president or president-elect, there wasn't one motion, and I don't know because I killed them all in committee, but I didn't have to do any of that in the meeting, so that was kind of cool.
Nice. So,
Yeah.
well, we got a special guest today.
We do.
Number 70,
Number 70.
James McGuire
James McGuire. Nice.
Jay,
from the McGuire Group.
have you watched these episodes before?
I've watched a few, yes I have.
Okay, good. That's why we're glad you're here. So if you notice one viewer less on the screen, he's right here.
Right?
Yeah, we brought him on, so that's awesome. So you're one of our top agents here at Signature. You've been with us for, what, 5 years?
5 and some change.
5 and some change. And run a successful team.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You don't
Yes,
have to call me sir.
Yes, sirree, Bob.
There you go. So, but yeah, I mean, we want to bring you on here a little bit. I know you're looking to grow your team a little bit.
I am.
I mean, what are you looking for on your team?
Honestly, just diversity. I like to compliment whatever people are great at and really emphasize that. Instead of trying to say that I got the best training in the world from one person, I got absolutely outstanding training from one person, but it was that diversity that really made me great at a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
So I had somebody that specialized in short sales, somebody that specialized in REO, someone that specialized in negotiations, buyer's agents, you name it. So I have a nice collective pull of a lot of different types of experience. Also, my boots are on the ground. I am out there doing as much as I can as often as possible. So ultimately, I have a creative way about myself, Sherlock for Homes, to where I kind of find solutions and intricate ways to solve problems, as well as I started a sign company,
Yeah.
Post LV. If you're unfamiliar, check us out.
Great sign company, by the way. I have to give a plug for them.
Best
because
looking
I use
signs
them.
in town.
They are.
Sign posts in
They're
town.
awesome.
Sign
signs.
posts.
Yeah.
So the goal was to just do something that really set us apart as an industry, and to do that I actually met a welder when I was showing a house to one of my buyers, and he was like, oh, I got one over on the bank. I said, that's cool, man, I don't work for the bank, what do you do? And he said he's a welder. I said, I'd really like it if we could make something intricate that was a wrought iron signpost. And next thing I know, I'm hiring this guy to make some signposts, and he did a phenomenal job. We have a phenomenal product, and just trying to think outside the box. Got some solar lighting, pointed at the signs to where when it gets dark, so your signs light up, and they really stand out. So I just thought that was super.
What a great idea, right? Because, you know, at night my signs are dark.
Well, in Vegas too.
But not with him.
Right.
Not with McGuire. So one of the things I like, and just listening to you, you're very clear on what you do and what you're looking for, and then on teams. So I think that's pretty neat, because a lot of people we talk to that want to start a team have no idea even what a team looks like.
For sure.
I mean, what was it that made you want to build a team?
Honestly, that just experience of me being able to be under so many mentors that all contributed in such a great way, that same rewarding feeling of when you're helping someone out with a solution, with a problem, with something that they wouldn't have maybe figured out, but give them enough clues and to watch them solve that is priceless. That's just so cool.
Yeah.
And to be a part of that experience, it just means a lot to me.
I like that you come from a place of collaboration, because that is one of the best parts about a team. Is it's a hive mind, right? It's all of you guys thinking together and creating together. What is the perfect person out there that you need? What would they look like? What does their business look like? What should they be ready for?
I'd like them to have some experience.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people like a blank slate, and I can appreciate that. I'd like them to have some experience because of that collaboration, because I can help emphasize what they have learned and help them complement the next step based on what appeals to them. I like a lot of social media platforms, and so I've made like some memes and different things, and it's really generated a lot of past friends, clients, like, oh yeah, hey man, I'm looking to do X, Y, and Z, and just to bridge that gap in a time where people are stuck at home or have been stuck at home, it means a lot and it goes a long way. And then to do a solid by them, have return business, it's a really grateful feeling, and it's just nice to continue to execute for them.
You know, he's pretty talented too. He's
Yeah.
done a music video or two.
Really?
Yes, I have. Working on another.
All around real estate, but it's pretty funny stuff.
That is cool.
It's good.
I changed all the words to a bunch of different songs, and they were all real estate songs by the end of it.
I'm not that creative, but I love it. That's great. Hey, so just why we have you here on the show, you had an amazing year, and you continually have amazing years in real estate, but you did it through a crisis. And so how'd you stay focused?
Honestly, it was hard because I wanted to do so much for so many, and it was challenging for those reasons, because not as many people wanted to do what I would want them to, or they didn't want to be part of the problem, which I respect and appreciate. Everyone is running their own business during these times, so whatever I could do to really complement people's plans, get them into the home they want, sell the home that they want, they're unsure, they have to go back east to take care of mom, whatever the case may be, I just tried to go the same level of above and beyond while taking precautions that everyone can respect and appreciate.
That's awesome.
Janet's impressed with your tie, just so you know.
Thanks, Janet.
What do you mean lack of color in my shirt? I'm consistent. That's the problem. No one likes consistency.
We're going to tell everyone that comes on they have to take their tie off from here on out.
Oh man,
Thanks,
is this too
Janet.
much? Sorry.
No, it's not. It's not.
No, she
Look
loves
sharp, and that's a good way to get on Janet's good side is to dress up. So.
Yeah.
That's true.
Let's talk more about your sign company, because I really have enjoyed the entire process. If someone wanted to find out more about your company, what would they have to do?
They could go on postlv.com. There's a large list of all of the different services that they offer. Basically, you can do an a la carte type of thing. So whatever, if you're listing something that you don't think would be a good fit for the wrought iron, we have vinyl options. If you think that the solar light doesn't belong at this property, don't put one there. Brochure box, sure, writers, we have them in stock as well. So just tailor make it to your business based on what you want to do for your clients, what you offer to your clients. Also, something else that's nice is you could actually add this to your listing presentation as something that sets you above and beyond the other agents in our valley.
I've taken photos of my listing, which I guess you shouldn't put the sign in the listing, they say.
They do say that.
But your sign looks amazing, right? I mean, the wrought iron, it's really pretty cool.
Thank you.
What about my signs? If I have my actual signs, do you store them or do I store them?
We store them at no extra charge. As long as you're continuing to use us, we are more than happy to take care of that for you. We even pick them up for you, make sure that they are happy at home, and that way, when you're ready to have a sign put in the ground, we're on scene, ready to rock, and we have it in stock.
And we'd be happy to change them out to signature signs just like that.
No mercy.
No mercy. He
let's-
doesn't tell us where the warehouse is, so we don't.
He has no idea. They have no idea.
Just moving around. So Sherlock for homes.
Yeah.
How did you come up with that idea? Were you like a Sherlock fan as a kid, or what?
I really wasn't. Honestly, I was just kind of spitballing on some things that would be funny. And of course, like in real estate school, they're like, everything I touch turns to sold and just stuff like that. And I was like, I'd really like to be a little bit more
That
off
one
the
was
wall
already
than that.
taken.
Yeah, right. And so I did do Sherlock Holmes, and that was taken. And so I did Sherlock the number 4 Holmes, and that was not. And ironically enough, there's either a home inspector or someone else in town, and they do the HOLMES.
Yeah.
And so they get some of my stuff, and I get some of their stuff. Like the Hilton will call me and they're like, hey, you're not here for your res. Yeah, that's not me. Let me send you to the HOLMES.
I love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Very cool.
So what was your biggest challenge through COVID?
The biggest challenge was trying to navigate the group, honestly, which is why I'm passionate about getting it back going where I'd like it to be, where I had it, but it was ill-timed because of COVID. And I understand and appreciate that as a team lead, and I am human too. We all make mistakes. We learn from them, and I made myself better through that process, through those challenges.
Sure.
And I'd like to see some new people shine.
Did you discover any other technologies or different things that you use
I'm
in your
always-
business that you've changed since that, or?
Yes, I'm always looking for the next best thing. So whatever that is, whether it be an app, a platform, a new CRM, just things I'm willing to test, try, and see if they're a good fit. And if not, I'd like to be savvy enough on them to know why they're not a good fit.
So what do you think is going to happen in the market?
In the market?
Yeah.
I'm honestly leaning toward, I've had more than ever flip opportunities, believe it or not, which is
Really?
really hard to say for a market
Yeah.
with no inventory, but I have 2 that are coming in February and another couple in the pipeline.
That is awesome, because you don't hear that anymore. They don't talk about,
No,
pocket inventory
yeah,
and
right.
things that you know coming up, yeah.
So there's a couple coming, and
There's a couple tricks to finding them.
That's true.
Well, we were just talking today about Salt Lake, and we heard that they have in Salt Lake County only 600 homes on the market, and so that's like below a week and a half of inventory. And I
Wow.
mean, so now we're at the point where people are literally saying, I can't sell my home because I can't get a home.
Yes.
At all.
And timing is so important, and it's such a big part of the process. And I do have relatives of friends that have got their new build locked down, but they have to list theirs, and they already did it. Oh, I don't know. I guess we're gonna have to find a short-term rental. Orchestrating that timing, it's a huge part of just doing right by the client, so that they're not homeless for any period of time.
People forget that our MLS system, the tax record search is set up just like the MLS search for a reason. And so that when you actually have a client that's motivated for a neighborhood, you can search the tax record for another home that was built the same way, right?
Yeah.
But I think that's what we're coming to. It's going to be, you were talking about today, that you're going to have to go out and hit some doors because your client likes the house.
And I've had to
it's
do
just
that
there.
before. I've had clients do that before, and the next thing I know, hey, we do this paperwork. I think we have a deal. Yeah, let me show up and figure this out. Let's talk about it.
I think that your best inventory is going to be the ones that aren't on the MLS, that aren't even on the market yet. I mean, you find out they want to be in this neighborhood, you got to do everything you can to find that.
I've actually been blessed to do that too, is to kind of tuck away a few deals behind the scenes that aren't necessarily, or right before they hit the MLS. I already know the seller, I already know the buyer. Boom, here we go, rock and roll.
Nice.
They still hit the market.
So this is great, so we're getting a lot of comments, right? We can see them all up here, and it's really fun, because
Fuel
it's
for
all
the
from
fire.
our live audience. So they could just shout them out, but
Right.
Shelley would really like you to just give us a sample of a real estate cover song. I mean, that's putting you on the spot.
Sure. All right. Oh, okay.
Yeah, like right now.
I did this one, and it was like a Phil Collins mix or whatever, and it was like, I can feel it coming, it's that house on the right, hold on, you want a lender, I got a lender.
That's good, see?
Thank you. Super on the spot.
I wouldn't get the engagement he gets when I do it. So, unless I wore Tom's shirt.
Yeah, and my tie.
Oh, yeah.
There you go, so. What else you want to add to this, Chris?
No, I think it's great. Again, you're looking for team members to grow with a successful team, and you have the experience to help them do it. You have an amazing sign company. It sounds like you have a few more songs to write. So,
Yeah.
all in all, I think it was good stuff.
Yeah, you had a great year. You even you took a few months off to help your dad
I
this
did.
year, right?
I was blessed to be able to do that. And, I've done it right for clients enough times where I've put them in situations where if they had to do that, they could do that. And I kind of used that as a script for my business to propel myself in a situation where, God willing, I never have to do that again. But I was blessed to be able to take that time off to take care of my dad, and I'll never regret that.
Yeah, that was awesome. And I saw you cooked up a few steaks the other night for you and him, and
No mercy.
that looked good, man.
Yeah.
So, very cool. Anything else you want to add?
On the steak topic, sure. My grill got really dirty, and I didn't know that you're supposed to clean those. I thought it was like a cast iron pan, like you just keep going at it, and that is not the case. So after like 6 years, I finally got it clean. It was catching on fire like every week. Not with how it's supposed to work, apparently. So I got it cleaned, and so last night it was very different cooking, barbecuing, because it's actually efficient now, that grill, and so I'm learning there too.
Different flavor, though.
Steak
right?
wasn't as burnt.
It wasn't as burnt, man. I needed more burnt.
So, do you want to talk about transaction coordinating?
Yeah, I never get the chance to do this, and for those of you that don't know, my wife owns a transaction management company, A to Z Transactions, and so I have not come out publicly and said how wonderful they are. They've actually been doing my transactions since we got married. I think that was a requirement.
It was in the vows.
But even before then, no, I think that right now I see the need for a lot of agents that, they're worrying about everything. They're worried about how am I going to get a listing, how am I going to get the sale, what am I going to do next to generate that client, but yet they spend all their time doing the paperwork. And so if you're out there and you need a transaction coordinator and you're looking for the best, I happily plug A to Z Transactions. We have a number of people here, and I think she has about 160 agents out in the valley in different companies, but they run it like an escrow unit. They have someone that does certain openings, someone that does closings, and so it's all a pretty amazing process.
They're so efficient, man. I'll tell you, as an experienced agent on the other side of that transaction, to know you're working with A to Z, it's really a relief, because even if the agent doesn't know what they're doing, Amy does, so that's nice.
That is really cool. And so if you want more information, check me out, check her out. Don't check her out, she's my wife. But definitely give her a call, but I highly recommend it. I know that it made a real difference in our business and really enjoy what she does. So.
And I met with
Proud of her.
I met with our associate counsel last week. It's a board of agents that help advise me on different things as we're growing our brokerage, and I run questions and stuff up through. And one of the things that I found or noticed through this is many of our top producing agents are using A to Z, and there's a reason why. So.
Yeah, you know, the cool thing is, I always wanted a little bit to be in the paperwork and to try to do that, but I shouldn't be.
That's fair. You recognize
I shouldn't
it.
be.
That's
I should
fair.
be overseeing it, and you're still responsible as the agent, but having, you know, I watch her input a listing, and it takes me a long time, and it takes her like 15 minutes.
That's fair.
And so that's a lot of time to save, so definitely check them out.
And we'll leave you with this. If you use Amy, she'll even order your signs through it.
Yeah.
Post LV. Yes.
Love it.
Rock and roll. Efficiency. That's what's up.
So that's a wrap for episode 70. We'll see you next week for 71.
I feel the change coming, it's closer every day. I feel the waters rising.